Every neighborhood has secrets. Some are whispered behind closed doors. Some hide in the shadows of old houses. But there is one type of secret that unsettles everyone. A person who lives among you, yet reveals nothing about themselves. On Olowo Street, that secret took the shape of a man. A man who never spoke, not once, not to anyone. For years, people created their own explanations. Was he cursed? Was he dangerous? Was he hiding something? Or was he simply waiting? No one knew. But on one unforgettable day, when the sky darkened at noon and the wind began to howl like a warning spirit, the silent man finally opened his mouth, and what he said changed the entire neighborhood forever. Baba Maku had lived on Oluwo Street longer than anyone could remember. He was tall, dark-skinned, always wearing the same faded brown wrapper and holding a carved wooden stick covered in odd markings. He never argued, never greeted, never asked for help, never laughed, never even coughed in public. Children teased him, adults avoided him, elders analyzed him, but Baba Maku remained the same, present yet silent, visible yet unknowable. Rumors grew like weeds. Some said he lost his voice to a vengeful spirit. Some insisted he was a retired warrior who saw too much blood. Others believed he simply preferred silence. But no rumor prepared them for the truth. It began on a calm afternoon. Women were cooking outside. Men were repairing roofs. Children were chasing stubborn goats that refused to go home. Then suddenly, the sky shifted. Clouds rolled in unnaturally fast, swallowing the sun in seconds. The wind rose sharply, sending dust spinning across the road. A strange heaviness filled the air, a weight people could feel in their bones. Everyone panicked, but Baba Maku stood still. He stepped into the center of the street, raised his head toward the trembling sky, and planted his carved stick firmly into the earth. A low rumbling noise followed, deep, rhythmic, almost like the heartbeat of the ground itself. And then the silent man spoke. His voice was deep and steady, older than time, yet strangely soothing. He said, "Enough!" The wind died instantly. Dust dropped to the ground as if obeying him. Doors creaked open. People peered out. That was when they realized Baba Maku had spoken after decades of silence. The crowd gathered around him. People whispered, gasped, pointed, frightened, yet curious. Baba Maku lifted his stick again. Its carvings glowed faintly, a soft golden pulse. Then he said, "I have watched this street for 37 years. Not one person dared interrupt. I kept my silence because I was bound to a promise. But the promise ends today. The winds do not misbehave without reason, and the sky does not darken without a message." Everyone glanced upward nervously, but Baba Maku continued, "This street, this community, has forgotten something important, something sacred, something that once protected us." A few elders looked at one another uneasily. "You have grown apart," he said. "Neighbors fight more than they greet. Children fear their elders. Families no longer pray together. Everyone minds their own business until trouble comes. People lowered their heads in shame. The silent man's voice grew firmer. The storm that approached today was not just weather. It was a reminder, a warning, a shadow of something bigger. A collective chill swept through the crowd. Baba Maku pointed to the large iroko tree standing at the street's junction. "That tree," he said, "is older than the oldest among you. It was planted by your ancestors as a sentinel, a spiritual guardian." Whispers spread quickly. It continued, "When a community is united, the iroko tree stands strong. When a community is divided, the iroko tree weakens." The tree suddenly groaned loudly, as if responding. People stepped back fearfully. Baba Maku then revealed what no one expected. "I was chosen to protect this place, not as a leader, not as a prophet, but as a watcher." The gasps were loud. "Baba Maku, a protector?" He went on. "I took a vow of silence until the day this community would need to hear the truth." He looked around at every face. "That day has come." His voice softened. "I have seen how bitterness has entered the streets, how envy has poisoned hearts, how gossip has replaced kindness, how every family now struggles alone." Heads nodded slowly. "If you continue this way, the storm you saw today will return, not from the sky, but from your own actions." The wind picked up again, softly, almost respectfully. Baba Maku tapped his staff on the ground. "The only protection this community has ever had is unity." The crowd murmured. "Listen to one another," he said. "Help one another. Forgive one another. Return to the ways that made your ancestors strong." He began to walk away. "Wait!" someone cried. "Baba Maku, where are you going?" He stopped, turned slightly, and said, "My task is done. Your future is now in your hands." Then, almost immediately, the man who had lived among them for decades seemed to fade into the swirling dust, disappearing like a spirit returning home. All that remained was his staff lying on the ground. That evening, something changed on Olowo Street. Neighbors greeted each other again. Children apologized for the mischief. Two families who had fought for years finally reconciled. People began cooking outside and sharing meals again. And the iroko tree, its leaves, which had been dull and dry, turned greener within days, as if it too felt the healing. The community realized something powerful. Sometimes, the most important warnings come from the quietest voices, and sometimes, the people we ignore the most are the ones protecting us in ways we cannot see. Moral of the story: unity is not just a tradition, it is a shield. And when a community loses its unity, it loses its strength. But when people choose understanding over conflict, even the darkest storm can be turned away. If you enjoyed this story, don't leave without supporting the channel. Hit the like button so more people can discover these stories. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new tale. Every week, more mysteries, lessons, and powerful African stories await you. Thank you for watching and see you in the next story.